Good morning, students. On behalf of Dr.A.Q school system, Shagad campus Kohan, I welcome you to this video. This video is about subject mathematics of grade 7, unit 3 decimal numbers, exercise 3, question 10 to 13, and then finally MCQs. Question number 10. Express the following decimals as fractions. You need to express these decimal numbers as a fraction. I'm going to solve only two parts for you, and the remaining parts you need to solve them by yourselves. So I'm going to solve this 5.04. Now we need to express this in fraction. So what do? We draw a line, and then at the place of this point we write 1 in the denominator. Now after this point there are two numbers, two digits, so I will write two zeros in the denominator. So in the next step this will be equal to 504 divided by 100. Now in the next step we need to simplify this fraction. If I start table of 4, I can see that I can divide 504 with table of 4, and or in other words I can divide 504 with 4, and also I can divide this 100 with 4. So 4 ones are 4, 1 is carried to 0, this becomes 10. 4 2s are 8, 2 is remainder, 2 is carried to 4, then 4 6 are 24. And similarly in the denominator, 4 2s are 8, 2 is remainder which is carried to 0, this becomes 20, 4 5s are 20. So the answer is 126 by 25. This is what you need to write in the solution. Similarly you need to solve all the remaining questions. I'm going to solve one more for you. 0.0099 divided by 4.95. Now how do we do this? First of all we write the question as it is, 0.0099 and then 4.95. Now I need to remove this decimal point, so I will have to write 1 in the denominator, and then after the decimal point there are 1 2 3 4 digits, so I will write 4 zeros, and then I will also remove this decimal point, so we will write 1 in the numerator, and then there are 2 digits after this decimal point, so we write 2 zeros. Alright, so in the next step what do? You can see that we can simplify this 100 with this 10,000. There are 2 zeros in the numerator, and there are also 2 zeros in the denominator that I can simply simplify with. So we are left with only 99 multiplied by 1, so 99, and in the denominator 495 multiplied by 100, this becomes 49500. Now we need to simplify this 99 by 49500 with a certain number. I can start from 3 because 99 is divisible by 3, also 49500 is divisible by 3, but I am jumping directly to a bigger table. I'm going to divide this with 9. 9 ones are 9, 9 ones are 9, and then 9 5s are 45. 4 is remainder, 4 is carried to 5, this becomes 45. Again 9 5s are 45, and then 9 zeros are 0, 9 zeros are 0. Again I can simplify this with table 11. 11 ones are 11, 11 5s are 55, 11 zeros are 0, 11 zeros are 0. So ultimately we have the answer 1 divided by 500. This is the answer. Similarly you need to solve all the remaining questions. The method is just same. First of all we will remove the decimal point, and after removing a decimal point you will have the fraction, and then you will have to simplify the fraction with a certain table or a certain number, and then you will have the solution. Now moving to question number 11, express the following as recurring decimals. Alright, so whenever we divide a fraction, we get a decimal number. Either the decimal number is terminating or the decimal number is recurring. So let's solve this first part, which is 2 by 3. So what we will do, we will simply divide. 2 will be the dividend and 3 will be the divisor. So this 2 is smaller than 3. We will put a point over here and 0 over here. 3 6 are 18, and then 20 minus 18 is 2. Again this 2 is smaller than 3, so we put another 0, and then 3 6 are 18. Again remainder is 2, we need to put another 0, 3 6 are 18, and this goes on indefinitely. Alright, this will never terminate, this will never end. So the answer will be 0.66666, and this will go on. So whenever in the decimal number, after the decimal point, same number is repeating, we call that decimal number a recurring decimal. So the first one is recurring decimal. We will first of all divide the number, and after dividing the number, if you see after the decimal point same numbers are repeating, then we will write recurring decimal simply in the answer. Alright, similarly you need to solve the remaining questions. I'm going to solve one more for you. Let's say we want to solve this fourth part, 10 whole 8 by 11. Now how do we solve this question? First of all, this is a mixed term. We need to change this mixed term into an improper fraction. How do we do that? We multiply 10 with 11. So if we multiply 10 with 11, we get 110, and 100 with 110 we will add this numerator, which is 8. So this will become 118 divided by 11. Now we will simply divide 118 with 11. So 11 ones are 11. This is 0. Then we need to take down this 8. So this 8 is smaller than 11. We need to put a point over here. So this will become 80. Then 11 sevens are 77. 3 is remainder. 3 is smaller than 11. So we write a 0 over here. And then 11 twos are 22. Remainder is 8. We need to put write a 0 over here, and then again 11 sevens are 77. Alright, so the remainder is again 3 over here. We will write again 0 over here, so we will have to write 11 twos are 22, and again we will have a remainder 8. So this will go on indefinitely. So after the decimal point, what we are getting 72 72 72 and 72 and so on. So as you can see here, now after the decimal point 72 is repeating, therefore this is a recurring decimal. In the solution we will write recurring decimal. Similarly you need to solve all the remaining questions. Now in this question number 12, we need to find the decimal values of the following fraction. Now these are fraction, we need to change them into decimal numbers. I'm going to solve only one part for you. Alright, so let's say I want to change this fraction, which is a mixed term, into a decimal number. What do? I first of all multiply 5 with 18. So when I multiply 18 with 5, after multiplying 18 with 5, I get the answer 90, and then with this 90 I will add 5. So this become 95. 95 divided by 18. Now I will divide this 95 by 18. Alright, so we need to multiply 18 with a certain number so that the result is either 95 or the result is smaller than 95. If I multiply 18 with 5, I get the answer 90. 95 minus 90 is 5. Now this 5 is smaller than 8, so I need to put a point over here and 0 over here, and then 18 2s are 36. Now the remainder is 14, because if I subtract 36 from 50, the answer is 14. Now this 14 is again smaller than 18, so I need to put another 0 over here. Now if I multiply 18 with 7, I get the answer 1 2 6, and after subtracting this, what do I get? I get 14 over here. Now this is enough. After decimal point, you need to go to 2 decimal places. After going to 2 decimal places, you can stop the division, and then you can have the answer. Now answer we have is 5.27. This is the way you need to solve all the remaining questions. So in this question, Henry had actually a total piece of cloth which measures 674.95 centimeter. He then cut off a 217.43 centimeter long piece from it. So he cuts a piece of 217.43 from this total cloth. So what length of cloth remains? What length of cloth that he possesses now after he cuts off 217.43 centimeter piece from the cloth which measures 674.95 centimeter. So this is simply a question of subtraction. So what do we do? First of all, we write its solution. Length, which is length of the cloth, total length is equal to 674.95. all right, centimeter. Now he cuts a piece which measures 217.43. so we write here then length of the piece. all right, now the length of the piece is 217.43 centimeter. all right, after writing this, what we will do, we will just simply subtract 674.95 and 217.43. how do we do this? We simply write 674.95 and then 217.43. all right, now we need to subtract them. So 5 minus 3 is 2, 9 minus 4 is 5. Now this 4 is smaller than 7, so we need to take 1 from the 7. So this will become 6 and this becomes 14. 14 minus 7 is 7. 6 minus 1 is 5. 6 minus 2 is 4. So we get 457.52. Alright, but we have been asked in the question, you need to round off the answer to the 1 decimal place. So there are actually 2 decimal places. After the decimal point, there are 2 digits. So we need to round off to the first decimal place. In the next step, we will underline this 5. We need to round off this answer to the first decimal place. Now after this 5, there is written 2, which is smaller than 5. So the answer will be finally 457.5 centimeter. Now moving to multiple choice questions. What is 35.6 rounded off to the nearest whole number? Now you need by now I hope you know how to round off different numbers. We need to round off to this number to the nearest whole number. So rounding off to nearest whole number means we need to look at the digit which is next to the decimal point, which is 5. Now after this 5, next digit is 6, which is more than 5. So we need to add 1 in this 5. This becomes 36. The correct option is B. Second, which of these gives a terminating decimal? Now you need to divide 1 by 9, and then 4 by 15, and then 5 by 10, then 8 by 9. Alright. Out of these 4, only one fraction will give you a terminating decimal. So this 5 by 10, when you divide 5 by 10, you get the answer 0.5. Alright. which is a terminating decimal. So the correct option is C. Next, which of these is a recurring decimal? Now look at these decimal numbers. Look out for the pattern. Now if I look at the first one, I can see that 474, 474747, this 47 is repeating. Therefore the first one is recurring decimal. This is correct. Next, 71.9856 rounded off to 3 decimal places. We need to round this off to 3 decimal place. This 9 is first decimal place, 8 is second, and then 5 is third decimal place. After this 5 there is 6, which is more than 5, so we will add 1 in this 5. This becomes 6. So the answer will be 71.986, which is over here. The correct option is B. When is the long division method used? When do we use long division method? To convert decimal numbers to fractions? No. To convert percentages to decimal numbers? No. To convert decimal numbers to percentages? No. To convert fraction to decimal numbers? Yes. Whenever we need to convert fraction into decimal numbers, we follow the method of long division. So correct option is D. Next, decimals are fraction with denominators as. So decimals are what? As I've told you earlier in the introduction of the chapter, because the chapter is about decimal, I told you that decimals are actually fractions in which the denominators are in the power of 10. Alright, so therefore the correct option is D, powers of 10. 15 by 8 is same as. Now 15 by 8 is same as, this means that if we divide 15 by 8 we get the answer 1.875. so the correct option is B. Now next, 0.8 written as a vulgar fraction is. Now what we need to do, this means that if we write 0.8 in a fraction, we will have 8 by 10, because if we remove the decimal point we need to write 1 in the denominator, and after the decimal point there is 1 digit, so we write 10 in the denominator. So the correct option is 8 by 10. Next, what must be added to the sum of 4.15 and 66.009 to get 100? This means that what we should add to the sum of these two numbers. First of all, we will add these two decimal numbers. So we get the answer 70.156. So 70.156 is the sum of these two numbers. Now we need to subtract this sum from 100. So if we subtract this from 100, what do we get? We get in the answer 29.8 for 1. Alright, so the correct option is C. Now coming to the last part, which is find the product of 2.33 and 5.66 correct to 3 decimal places. First of all, you need to multiply these two decimal numbers, and when you get the answer you need to then round off that number to 3 decimal places. So after multiplying and correcting to 3 decimal places, you get the answer 131.188. This is the end of this video. If there is any question you can ask me. Take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.